What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Better Biomed. Today we're going to go over some technology that I've never seen before because lately I've been going through hospitals here in the Houston area, and over the last couple days I've seen some devices that I've never seen before. So let's go over a little brief overview of what I've seen, some weak points, some strong points, and we'll see how medical technology is changing for the better and maybe for the worst. I've got some photos that I snagged. And here you can see one of them. Now this is the Fisher & Paykel, the FP950, and it's a humidifier. It's very typical of what you guys have seen on some of the other ones, except this one, it seems to got some new features, all right? So we got some probe connects right there, same canister style design, same mount, and in it is some of the problems. We also have a giant honking touchscreen up here on the top. Now, why is it that a humidifier necessarily needs a touchscreen? Now, this is one of those things that I'm pretty certain not every device out there needs a touchscreen, and humidifiers are just one of them. It's an ancillary device. It sits off to the side. It just does its job. We don't need to interface with it too much. It's just one more thing that's going to break, and as you can see, it makes for a very irregular design with this giant screen up top. It does have a handle that they created on the back of it. Same mount. It's got a composite style mount. Notice they changed the fastener for the mount. It now has a security Torx, it looks like. And, you know, that's okay. It's all right. Got a little fluid shield right here with what looks like maybe some temperature probes or some contact points. But it also brings me to the problem with the old Fisher & Paykels. So these are the old devices. Notice that it doesn't have the honking giant touchscreen on it, but it had the same composite style mount, and as you can see here, those mounts break. Not an issue, right? Because you can find those mounts and you can replace them yourself. However, interestingly enough, technicians that are dealing with these said that Fisher & Paykel said even though you can buy the mounts on the open market, maybe not from OEM, that these devices should always be shipped in for any type of maintenance whatsoever. So even though they now have a regular fastener, now it used to have this hexagonal bolt that goes in the back. Now they have a Torx or security Torx, makes it much easier to get the guy off. But this one, you can see that it's got the same mount. It's got the same amount of leverage hanging off of that composite mount. That part is actually designed to fail. It's designed to fail so that you're not breaking the whole back of the case. It's easily replaceable. That really confuses me why Fisher & Paykel are saying that we should be shipping them into them. However, the rep in our region supposedly told the technicians that they're not to be repairing these whatsoever and they need to be shipping them in. I reject that wholeheartedly. If it's a part that we can obtain and it's easy enough, there's no physical damage to the main case, by all means, change it out, get it back out there in the field. Many hospitals don't have too many extra of these humidifiers. Just get them out there, get them back on the babies, get them back on the ventilators, get them out of the shop. Shipping these in is logistically cumbersome. Shipping these in is even more logistically cumbersome. There's a giant touchscreen that now you have to worry about getting banged up if you don't package it correctly. It's got this giant hood right here that will snap off. It will get damaged if you don't package it correctly. And furthermore, the touchscreen in this hood out here, it's an ugly medical device. That is an ugly device. This one here was at least aesthetically pleasing, easy to operate, but that is the new Fisher & Paykel 950 humidifier. Next, this one here I was very, very surprised about and actually very happy. So this is the Kangaroo Omni. This is brand new by Cardinal Health, and it's got a lot of the same features, although the Omni appears to be in a smaller and way more durable form factor than the old Kangaroo Joeys. Notice it's got an exposed front end. We no longer have that blue hood that snaps off. What a poor design choice that was. It's all open, and notice how everything is based on curves. Everything is very curvy and it's hermetically sealed. All the seams are tiny, very tight, very precise seams. So there's not going to be fluid intrusion issues, and you're not going to have a buildup of schmoo. Any rigid areas and any recesses, like this is a little recess right here, it's subject to buildup of any goo, whether it's food, blood, or whatever. I mean, who knows what gathers on medical devices, but it gathers in places that are kind of difficult to get to. This device, they have meticulously made every curve and every surface as simple as possible. And there's one little point right up here where there's a little indent. That might be a place, but it's still very accessible. There's no hood in the way. It's very easy to load a set in this guy, and at the same time, it's very easy to clean. Notice the butylene rubber overmolding. It's very durable. This case is extremely durable compared to all the old ones. The pump here, it is recessed below the front, and the valve mechanism here is recessed. These guys here, which are your flow sensors, bubble detect sensors, those ones there are also recessed. There's a tiny little button right here. It's still pretty good. It's got the front screen is recessed a wee bit. It is very, very, very durable. Here's the back. It does have a proprietary power cord. It's a DC power supply, and it's got a very rigid square mount right here, and I believe it's a 4-pin. Very, very durable. Now, notice how it's got these fasteners on the backside that go around the perimeter. I believe, and I haven't had too much time, I only had like 30 seconds with this device. I believe the front right here clamshells away from the back, and that gives you full access to the interior of the pump. The whole rear right here, all this rubber overmolding, seems to be molded to the back case. So it looks like the front is the part that separates. Interesting, simple to maintenance, very, very durable. Nice large cord right here. Giant strain relief. I'm not a fan of the strain reliefs that have the large cuts in them, because that's a spot where schmoo gets to embed itself. But notice even on the back, all these surfaces are slightly slanted, so there's not going to be any buildup of material just from usage. Extremely durable. I could probably chuck this pump across the room and it would survive no problem. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick video showing you some of the latest and greatest tech stuff that is still being tagged and rolled out as we speak. Never seen this devices before. And it seems like while one of them is making very positive moves, the Kangaroo Omni, the other one is making actually some negative moves, having a touchscreen where it didn't need a touchscreen. I mean, notice on the Kangaroo Omni, no touchscreen. It's got soft buttons on the side. Why? Because it's got limited functionality. It doesn't need a touchscreen. Touchscreens break. These membrane buttons over here, they do not break as often as a touchscreen. So while one company is making really good strides towards making a more durable product, you've got another company which I believe is making some negative strides, and it's incorporating features that nobody asked for. And those mounts on the back that are known to break, they're supposed to break. They're intended to be that way, but at the same time, if they break right off, they shear off flush, you're not damaging the case. Structural integrity is not compromised. You should be able to change out the mount and proceed on with your day. Do a function check with the machine, calibration check, whatever it is. Proceed with your day. It's just absolutely garbage that we would have to ship those in one by one. Some hospitals have hundreds of those. Hundreds. You think they're going to be shipping those in and out all day long? That's garbage. Kangaroo, good on you guys. Fisher and Paykel, sorry, man. You kind of failed on this one. Thanks for watching, guys.